Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tabletop Nights. I'm Geoff and this is Victor. So today we thought we'd do something a little bit different.
Yeah, like we do plenty of unboxings, but this is also a discussion, I guess.
Yeah, so we thought we'd get peel back the curtain a little bit and talk a little bit about the seedy underbelly of the Kickstarter experience, and maybe, like, obviously we'll be balanced and talk about some of the good stuff.
For sure. Look, you back a lot of Kickstarters. I'm at about 15, 20 at the moment.
Yeah, I'm honestly risking divorce with the amount of Kickstarters that I partake in. So hopefully my wife's not watching. If she is, how's it going?
Yeah,
but
we love you.
But yeah, like, so I've sort of, kind of like Greg a little bit, who's also on the channel, backed a lot, and I've sort of seen the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, for sure.
So we just sort of thought we'd talk a little bit about like some of the good things you can see on Kickstarter and why people are so engaged with the platform. And then obviously some of the horror stories as well. So I guess we'll just sort of get a feel for what Kickstarter's like. So people just put a project up. They normally have a bit of information about the gameplay, maybe some videos of themselves playing with it, or maybe even there's actually some professional YouTube channels.
Good animations and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, that do. So there's some YouTube channels that do playthroughs.
Yeah. We hope to be one of them one day.
We just got to capitalize a bit better.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if you like the project for whatever reason, you back it, and then what happens is they go into production. And maybe, depending on the project, 6 months to a year later.
6 months to a year, yeah.
And as you'll find out, sometimes they stretch on well beyond that.
Yeah.
You can get your game. The great thing about Kickstarter is often they'll include either a lower price for supporting them at the startup, or they'll give you like a whole heap of extra stretch goals, promos, bonus content, whatever you want to call it. So one of the better, I thought I'd just start off positive and talk about one of the better campaigns I've ever been involved in. So this game, Everdell, was probably one of the better campaigns that I've sort of seen. Popped up, really nice art, gameplay looked pretty solid, backed it. It arrived 3 months earlier than what they said it would, which is like completely unheard of. Cracked it open. My wife loved it. We play it all the time. 2 players, works really well. 3 or 4 player as well. Just beautiful a great game. Yeah, really nice game. Get a copy if you haven't had a chance to check it out. It's one of my all-time faves, if not probably my actual all-time fave. So that's like the absolute best case scenario.
That's a good thing. That's that you don't expect it. You expect maybe a month or 2 delay.
Yeah.
You go in with normal expectations with Kickstarter.
Yeah, it actually is probably more often than not they deliver a little bit late, but not a lot late.
Yeah.
There are some cases of some late arrivals though. So I was about to say recently, but it definitely wasn't recent. I backed a game called Kill All Unicorns.
Which is what this unboxing is all about.
Yeah, so we're going to unbox the Arrival game. It'll be, well, it's intended to be humorous. You'll see why in a second. So that campaign was by Morning Players, and we're not here to sort of have a go at this company.
Absolutely not.
They're by no means the worst, but they had some problems with this fulfillment process.
For sure.
Hopefully the game ends up being good, because honestly, if there's delays, I couldn't really care if the game's good, to be honest. But I know a lot of people are pretty upset at this company. So my copy finally arrived. It was due to arrive, it was funded on the 22nd of December 2017, and it was due to arrive May 2018.
Ooh.
So
that was actually before the Tabletop Night started, so that's a while ago.
Yeah, so it's well over a year late, and you couldn't even really say why. In fairness, there was good communication around the delays. They were pretty regularly updating, but for a small card game, it was probably pretty ridiculous to let it drag out.
That's true, and I've had some games that have been back 6, 7, delayed 6 or 7 months, and there's been zero communication. Like, just letting you know it's delayed, but like, what's the reason? When are we expecting it? So it's good that they stayed in contact with you guys for sure. Unfortunately,
the state it arrived in was not the best, and so this is sort of why we decided to make the video. Look at that; that is just comically beat up.
It's basically squished. I think it's been compacted.
I looked at it, I'm like, I don't even know how you could beat it up this bad. It's quite strange.
It's really weird, because it's indented here on this side, but then it's expanding here.
It's like the game wants to be played so much. I've been sitting in a factory for 3 years. Let me out.
Well, I guess you can't control the way a dead unicorn sits in a box, really.
Yeah, those unicorns go off. So The irony of it is, though, the box it actually arrived in is in perfect condition.
Yeah.
So it makes you think, like, did they package it up when it was that beat up?
And
it's
again,
kind of hard to sort of understand how this could even happen.
Not the developer, but the
Yeah.
what do you call it? The production company that made it for them.
And it's just something we wanted to bring up. Like, you do get deliveries that are beat up. It's super disappointing sometimes, but most companies are pretty good. So I went through the email fulfillment email, and they had a claims process for damages. It was all very professional. They haven't gotten back to me yet, but it's only been a couple of days. I'm sure they'll do the right thing and send out a fresh copy. I've never ever had a problem with companies not being willing to send out replacements and so forth.
I've got to say, other than the damage, the box is awesome. I love the art for sure.
Yeah. So this is actually the Kickstarter exclusive glow in the dark one. We'll probably whack a picture up. We can't really sort of show you that.
If they have a picture on their campaign of one that's glow in the dark,
and the good news is the little expansion arrived completely intact. So
it's a shame it's not the same size as the other box, though. Like, how good would it be if it was like a book size?
Well, oftentimes people like to fit that into the base box. Okay, so that's something we'll probably go through when I do an unboxing, how things actually sort of fit together. Sure. So we sort of wanted to unbox it on camera just because we thought it'd be funny to see how beat up this thing actually was on the inside.
And there's a lot of people that back this game, like over 8,000.
Yeah. So the good news picking it up was I could tell straight away the box is like quite heavy and well made and thick. And I looked into it. It's actually made by Panda Games. So I've got Panda Games is one of the better manufacturers you can get in terms of quality. Yeah. So I'm pretty hopeful that what's inside will be good.
And they're not weak boxes either. They're like sturdy, hard cardboard. So I don't know. Something bad must have happened to this one here.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
They're just unlucky that you happen to be on a YouTube channel.
So, morning. Not having much luck on this campaign, guys. Sorry, but don't take it personally.
No, for sure.
All right, so I'll just give it a slice open, and we'll get into it.
I'll take the seal of this one just in the meantime.
Yeah, great. All right. So let's just have a look at what's inside. Actually, pretty hard to get the lid off. It's so beat up.
Oh, there you go. Well,
there you go.
Yeah, the way they've separated it.
So actually, the contents are actually fine.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good thing. So to be honest, in this sort of situation, I'm happy if they just send me a new box. I don't even necessarily need a copy of the game. Some companies just send you out a copy. I'm happy to get the box. I'm sort of easy. So we've got that's your rule book just there. So this game, one of the draw cards to it, obviously, was this art is just amazing. So the game Kill All Unicorns, it's just a silly tongue-in-cheek sort of little card game.
For sure.
You just capture the most unicorns you can, and there's a little bit of economy around how you go about it as well.
3 to 6, 10 years old plus.
Yeah.
So no kids, obviously, killing unicorns.
So it's not necessarily a gory game or anything. It's just sort of a bit of tongue-in-cheek.
We're just a bunch of Voldemorts killing unicorns and gaining the... Oh, you don't like Harry Potter? Harry Potter.
I don't dislike Harry Potter. I'm just not a fan.
Okay. So you won't get that reference is what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. So it's got a really nice insert. So we'll just take all the cards out. It does actually, unfortunately, look like probably sleeve cards won't fit back in. The other thing that's a bit of a funny one with a lot of Kickstarter games is if you have a look at these cards, they're all square and sort of funny sizes. So these can be hard to actually... I'm a big sleever. They can actually be hard to even find sleeves in, which is probably the reason why the company probably didn't worry too much about sleeve cards, but they underestimate the anal retentiveness of the average gamer, I would have thought.
I'm not a sleever, so I don't give a crap. Especially with a game like this that is like more of a party game. It's like these cards are going to get beaten up. No one's going to recognize that card with a scratched edge and get the advantage and kill the unicorns.
Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, take a look at that, Vic. So that's the first player marker. Now, this is really well made. That's really nice.
Is that glow in the dark as well?
I'm actually not sure, mate.
That's right.
I'd be interested to check that out. But that's actually really nice. That's solid, really well made, and the detail on it's actually really good. They've even gone to the effort of they've got the little what do you call them, striations on the unicorn's horn. I'm not sure. I
want to feel that.
Yeah. So that was actually one of the reasons that there was problems with production with this piece, I believe. One of the reasons for quite a few of the delays. So it's good that at least it came out in really good nick.
I'm trying to get that focus. There we go. Beautiful.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty happy with that. That's really good.
I was hoping it'd smell like strawberries or something.
That would have been cool. This is why you should have backed it. You would have been able to fire that off in the suggestions comments. That is another thing about Kickstarter. Often you can get in the comments, make suggestions, and I've seen them actually end up in the final game quite a few times, which is really cool. So just a pack of tokens, really nice art on the tokens, thick, good quality.
I like punching tokens, but I also like the fact that you don't have to punch them yourself.
Yeah,
because then there's no risk of getting the tear.
Yeah,
you know when you punch a token, it tears.
Yeah, I like unboxing games, but I'm easy if it's already punched. That's no biggie. All right, so let's see how beat up this insert actually is. That's so strange. The insert itself is in perfect condition as well.
It's very weird.
There we go. Dodged a bullet there. So there is something underneath the insert. Oh, here we go. Oh, so we got some nice play mats.
Oh, that's cool as.
Yeah, look at that. Those are really nice.
These
Check those
great.
out.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to get them up on the camera?
Yeah, I'll put them in this one because it's got no glare on them. So
yeah,
are they all the same?
It's a bit of a shame they're folded in the box. I know some people are a bit particular about that.
Come on.
But I don't think...
Board game people are weird. Who cares?
Victor's not quite as OCD about his games as probably your average Kickstarter backer.
I like wear and tear on things because it just shows the love that you've put into it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that is definitely a thing. Do you want to have that look of, hey, I've played this game 100 times and it's a well-loved thing?
I do like
that.
Yeah, I'll just buy another one.
A lot of people are like that.
If it gets to the point where I can't play it anymore, I'll just get another one.
But that is the thing with Kickstarter. I actually was like that, believe it or not. But the thing with Kickstarter is you get a lot of exclusive cards from the campaign you can't get back.
That's true.
And that's kind of what got me into this whole sleeving thing, because at the end of the day, if you can't get another copy, you kind of feel like you want to protect the one that you do have.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. So I'll just, while Victor's unwrapping the cards there, I'll just have a look at what's come in the expansion. So the expansion, just a small little box, a couple of extra bonus packs of cards there. So just adding more variety to the game.
Oh, it's well hidden as well. Do you reckon you'll be able to squeeze this in?
Well, that's the thing. Let's have a look at the cards, and then we'll try and squeeze them back in and see how we go.
These two were very easy to open. That's why I grabbed them. I don't have any nails, and I don't want to risk ruining your cards.
Yeah, I know, that's it.
So you can do those 2 packs.
I always just try and nick it with a knife and then peel it the rest of the way. It seems to be the safest method.
I would have backed this game had I been backing games at that time.
Yeah, well, how many back? It was a big campaign.
8,000, I think you said.
No, it wasn't quite 8,000. Forgotten now. Sorry, I'm being unprofessional.
So these cards are really good quality. Like they're not. They might get the frayed edges on them eventually, but
yeah, you're right. It was 8,000. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of
waiting a year and a half for a game. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be so happy in the next few weeks.
You know what, guys? This game actually came up really well. This art's great. Check that out. Just some hilarious action shots.
For sure. Look at that little piggy, so cute. My partner would love this sort of art.
Yeah, very cartoony, very cutesy.
Little pig on a shisha there.
These cards are actually thicker than normal, I reckon. That's really good quality. And they've got a really nice waxy feel to them. So if you don't sleeve, they have a really nice feel to them.
I actually prefer the wax over matte.
Yeah. I like the wax sheen rather than the varnish sort of effect.
And actually it's a bit controversial, but I'm not a fan of the, what do you call it when it's got that texture on it, the cross stitch texture on it?
I should know this. That's embarrassing.
But you know that rough sort of texture on it, I don't like that, especially when I have to scan the cards.
Yeah.
You know, because it doesn't show up quite nice. But these cards are great, and like you said, these one's not here so much, I don't think. But
so we might have to. I mean, this is actually. I was expecting this to be unplayable, to be honest, when I saw the box. So
no,
let us know if you want to see us give this a run on the channel.
For sure,
because we'd happily
I would
do that.
Gladly play this. We'd have to have 4 people at least, though.
I just want to see if the stuff fits back in the main box, including the expansion, because I know a lot of people are sort of big on that they want everything to fit back in.
These pads are going to fit in.
Yeah, they'll fit in. It'd just be.
I do know what you're saying about the folding though. Like it's very, you don't want to squeeze it.
Yeah,
so, you know.
Yeah, I know that's a big issue. Yeah, so I don't think they actually do fit back in with the
expansion.
insert. It's kind of funny because apparently one of the delays was trying to get the insert right, but then if the expansion doesn't even fit in it, you tend to just toss it anyway.
Put the tokens in first.
So put the little pink man back in.
I think that I didn't think the expansion would be able to fit in there, to be honest, because it's such a nice box. You wouldn't want to, get rid of the box. These are the expansion here, aren't they?
Yep. I think I've got a bit of the expansion in there already. Yeah, that's not going to fit. Yeah, so the insert... Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, there's too much stuff definitely to fit in the insert. So a bit of a fail, I guess, on the insert. I mean, most Kickstarter backers like to rebox everything into the main box. Not a huge issue.
If you weren't picky, you could take this big plastic slab out and put everything in.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing.
Really?
Yeah, I normally toss the expansion box and just chuck everything in the main box.
Would you get rid of this plastic piece?
Most likely, yeah.
There's not much...
I'll be honest. To me, the insert's not a big deal because a lot of... 90% of the time I throw the insert.
Okay.
And the other thing is, Everdollar is one that I did have a pretty good insert and I kept it, but there's an expansion coming now. And as soon as you try and fit an expansion in there, the insert inevitably makes way for most games. So minor thing, couldn't really care less personally, but I know people will be interested to see that who back the game.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you want to include? I mean, the rulebook's, for a game that should look simple and basic, but it's a pretty thick.
Yeah, that does concern me a little bit.
That's
I have
a
to
lot
say.
here.
Although honestly, there's not a lot of text on each page to be honest.
No, for sure. But yeah, there's a lot in here.
One thing that can be problematic with Kickstarter games is they can sometimes have a little bit more fiddliness to the rules than what was maybe necessary, especially once you start adding stretch goals in. And a few extra rules for that. But we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you want to see it on the channel, kill the unicorns.
You have to let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
because we're not going to play, if you guys don't love this video and give it likes and comments. Yeah.
And for all those people that have been waiting so long, it is coming. So
for sure.
It looks like it was at least a fair bit of effort went in and it's going to be worth the wait. So.
And considering it has a destroyed outer box, I think the inside was quite pleasing, actually.
Yeah, it actually is testament to the quality of the insert and all the components.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you very much for watching. Go like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias that we're forced to plug if we want to grow as a channel.
No, we're not forced to do it. We want to do it. We like talking to people.
That's true. We actually love talking to you guys. All right.
It's one of the better things about being on a YouTube channel.
Communicating is fun with people.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for joining me, man. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. See ya.
Great.